Welcome back. What's going on? Once again, my name is Abram. This is Next Chapter Sobriety. That's the next chapter for us. Maybe you're already there, like myself. Meet me on the other side. But if you're not, let's reach out and grab some more of our brothers and sisters that's still in addiction and get them over to this side. I know it's not easy, because if it was, a lot more of us will be sober. But let's grab as many as we can. Reach one, teach one, and this is what I'm doing here. So please, help your friends, help your family, whoever's struggling. More importantly, help yourself. Because once we change us, we can change the world, right? So, like, comment, subscribe. Anything you may have about anything I'm talking about. Today I want to talk about avoiding relapse. But anything you may have, any questions, please comment below. I will answer all questions pertaining to what I'm talking about or otherwise. As long as it's about recovery, addiction, and sobriety. Those three things, right? Or anything related to those things, I will answer. Now, I can't give relationship advice, even though I know relationships play a heavy role in what we do. And I'm going to touch on it, but I'm not a guru here, you know what I'm saying? Once again, thank you for listening, and here we go. So, tips for avoiding relapse. The most important moment before relapse isn't the final decision to use a drug. It's when you decide to expose yourself to triggers. So, for example, a trigger could be going to a party or walking through the liquor section at a store. Before encountering your trigger, you still have most of the control, not your craving. So, we know many triggers, and there's a lot of them. You could be sitting back at home, watching TV, beer commercial come on, and you just be like, "Oh, that'd be good." You get in your car and go buy beer. Probably been sober for multiple months at the time. It just comes to us like that, right? So avoiding relapse. We understand that these triggers come easily. Let me give y'all one of mine. This happened a couple years ago. I'm sitting back and watching this movie. Forgot what the movie was called, but it came up in a movie where they was doing drugs, and one of the guys, he sniffed a line, right, and his mannerisms when he did that, I was like, ooh, gave me the chills because it's real. I was like, oh man, and I had to pause the movie, and I went to go talk to my wife. I was like, man, this is how I'm feeling. Told her about it. She kind of laughed a little bit, and she saw it. She was like, yeah, it looked real, and I can tell because my wife, for better words, is square. She doesn't understand the lifestyle, but I understood it because when I saw him do that line and his mannerisms and when he, and what he did and all that stuff, I'm like, ooh. And I remember the times when I was deep into cocaine. I'm a recovered alcoholic, but if anything ever got close to alcohol, it was definitely cocaine. But nonetheless, though, so I saw that movie. That was a trigger for sure. But what I did was a coping skill. Went and talked to my wife. Immediately paused the movie. I didn't finish watching the movie. Talked to my wife first, and then came back to it. So you want to have those type of coping skills when you feel those type of triggers. So if you're feeling the urge to use, try to wait it out. If you distract yourself for even 30 minutes, it's likely your cravings will lessen in intensity. It might not totally disappear, but it will become easier to resist. So cravings is like this. But you're going to hit a peak, and then eventually it will subside. But you got to give it time to do so. It might be for a solid 5-10 minutes or even longer that the craving is on you. I mean, you like, wow, you kind of itching a little bit. You're looking at your keys. You start looking at the money in your bank account. You start looking at who you can call to get it. It's on you. But call a family member. Call somebody you love. Anybody that supports your sobriety. Anything. Gym, running, whatever you're doing to stay sober at that time, do it. And I promise you, by the time you're done doing it, you won't even be thinking about using it anymore. And ultimately, that craving will subside. It will go down. We just got to give it time to do so. So, don't try to do this alone. Please, And I understand it. I am be the first to tell you I do not like ask for help. You know, I come from an era where you pick yourself up, you get it done. You a man, and them kind of alpha male per se tendencies was pushed on me. You know, like, oh, you gonna get done. You don't need nobody's help, right? I'm here to tell you, you gonna have to ask somebody for some help when it comes to sobriety. But look at it like this: when I was in my addiction and I didn't have no drugs, didn't I call somebody? Hey Johnny, you got it? You got it? Okay, hold on. Hey Sarah, you got it? Oh, you got some? Here I come. What's wrong with doing the same thing with my recovery? Hey man, this is how I'm feeling right now. You know, can I come over? Can I kick it? Johnny might be at work though. Johnny's sober now. Johnny might be at work. Oh man, I'm at work. Okay, call Sarah. Okay, call Sarah. Sarah's sober now. Hey Sarah, what you doing? You know, what's how I'm feeling? I feel like getting loaded. Da, da, da. She might not be doing it. You know what? Come over. You know, we gonna go eat. You know, we gonna go to the movies. We gonna go bowling. We gonna go play pools, ice skating, rollerblading, whatever it is, golf. You know, mini golf. You know what I'm saying? So many different things to do other than getting loaded. See, getting high, getting drunk is not a event. It's just something you did at the event. That means you can go anywhere once you're strong enough to do so in your recovery and still have a good time. So don't try to do it alone. Call somebody. Ask for help. Sharing your goals for sobriety with a friend makes all the difference. They can hold you accountable when you're making questionable decisions. I'm just going to the bar to hang out. I won't drink. And they can offer a kind of ear where you're struggling. Now, if you're saying things like that, we need to get back to awareness. Because if you're thinking as a recovered alcoholic, especially in the beginning, I can go hang out at the bar and not drink nothing. That's a very I want to say that's a mind that's not really thinking 100% to be as safe as possible. And I want to be respectful, but towards my end of my run anyway, it wasn't going to the bar. It's too expensive. What I spend, well, I could buy a $7 Corona. I can go get a pint and this and that from a liquor store. So I'm saying, so going to the bar was never an option towards the end anyway. But if you're at a point where you're just constantly going to the bar, drinking your life away, do not go to the bar when you're fresh into recovery or any other time. And I love playing pool. But the reason I don't go to the pool hall, because going to the pool hall is like going to the bar. So I'm going to. You know what I'm saying? Go play pool once or twice a month. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I go multiple months without playing. But when I can go shoot some pool, it is fun. I like doing so. I'll be the first to say I am not the best. Please don't challenge me. You probably will win. But it is fun. So remind yourself that cravings will pass. They will. They will pass. Have you ever had that experience when you're sick where you can't remember what it feels like to not be sick? The same thing happens with cravings. Give it time, believe it or not, the feelings will go away. This too shall pass. You may have heard that before, and it's true. Nobody's mad forever. Nobody's happy forever. Nobody's sad forever. It goes, life is like this. We understand it. But in addiction, it's like this. Yeah, it's a lot going on, right? But once you get stable per se, it's like this. Life is still gonna have up and downs. You know what I'm saying? So we just try to control our emotions, try to level them out. Because when we first stop, our emotions is everywhere. So you'll have to make sacrifices beyond giving up the drug. Sacrifices for recovery. Yes. If you previously used during specific activities, for example, watching a game on TV, going to concerts, or spending time with friends, you may need to make changes. This might mean not watching the game or making new friends who are sober. Make new friends who are sober. This can be really hard, but that's what makes it a sacrifice. Let me tell you, I have homeboys and homegirls that we was good people. But when I got sober, I couldn't go around them no more. And it's for the best for my sobriety. And it sucked because you will feel like you leaving them behind or you being fake or whatever. And that's not the case. Most will understand they truly love you, that you need to stay away. And they probably will tell you to do so. They might be like, no, I don't come over here. Ain't nothing going on over here. And it's not. The same thing that was going on when you was there getting high, getting drunk with them is the same thing going on now. You know, I remember one time, give you a little rundown. I had got out of prison. I did a year. Went back to where I was using to pick up my clothes and stuff. It had been a whole year, and I walked into that garage, and it seemed like them same friends I knew were sitting in the same spot. A couple of new faces, but for the most part, they were sitting in the same spot, drinking the same bottle, smoking out the same pipe. It just felt like that, and the whole year had passed. And what hit me at that part, I remember getting my clothes and I was leaving, and I was like, damn, that's how time passes. And I don't think nobody in that garage realized it's been a year. We said it like, oh damn, you've been gone for a year. But dude, if they really sit back and think like, damn, bro, we've been sitting here getting high, getting drunk, doing a whole lot of nothing with our lives for a whole year. Time flies when you're in your addiction, for sure. Time flying now without you being in your addiction. So, you know, nonetheless, I digress. Have a plan for when things get bad, because at some point they will. People get fired, hearts get broken, and sometimes people leave us forever. Develop a plan to get through these major life changes without the use of drugs before they happen. So have a plan, have an understanding of what's going on. Especially, let's say you've been sober about 9 months. You're about to go to a family function. One of your loved ones, your cousin, you know, you grew up with. You know, it's going to be alcohol there. Have a plan. I'm going to give you mine. I still utilize this plan today at 5.5 years sober. When it says the party starts at 2:30, show up at 2:30. We're not in our addiction no more, or we're not drinking or getting high no more. Because you know, when the party started at 2:30, we didn't show up to 4. We didn't show up to 5. Show up when the party starts for a family. Now, I ain't talking about house party, backyard boogie. It's going to be some butt popping and some up and down the pole. No. Not that type of party. I don't suggest you even go. I'm talking about a family function. Real family. And you show up at 2:30 p.m. when it starts. You show up then and you leave early. That's what I do today. See, I know my sisters. I have 5 sisters. And when they loaded, they tend to want to start talking about when we was double dutching as kids. We was playing hopscotch. They even will pull out the jump ropes and start double dutching. And, you know, I ain't gonna lie. You know, we all grew up together. Especially out of those 5 sisters, 2 of them we all around the same age, so we grew up together. So yeah, I might jump in and do a little double dutch with them. Then I'll be like, hey, wife, it's time to go. Because I understand that my sisters they on their level now. Because you start bringing up old times, oh bro, hanging on my shoulder. You know, the party is no longer for me. Most likely the sun's going down, the music is going up, and they're about to pull out the dose and they're about to have fun. They don't have a problem like I do. At this point, I must protect myself, grab my wife, grab my kids, get in the car. Time to go. So that's what I do today. Maybe you can utilize the same thing. Do not stay at the party too long. So don't become complacent with your sobriety. This is a good one. If you someday consider having just a glass of wine with dinner, don't make the decision lightly. If you're struggling with the addiction in the past, you are much more likely to develop an addiction again. You cannot drink wine or beer. I don't care if you've been sober for 10 years. 10 years. 20 years. Do not drink no wine. Do not drink no beer. We are recovered alcoholics. See, this is the thing. I've been sober for 5.5 years. If I drink today, I'm going to drink alcoholically. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to have me a little shot of tequila and a little beer. I'm like, I'm good. Then I'm going to go to the store again. Next thing you know, I'm in my bathroom doing cocaine and all this other crazy stuff. My wife's a square. She don't even know what's going on. She's like, oh my God, you know, he's in the bathroom doing cocaine. She's like, oh, she'll be hysterical. And I'm back down like SmackDown. You know, I'm about to jump in my car. I'm about to go to the neighborhood, go hang out with the homies. I'm about to go get some ladies of the night. I'm about to go get a hotel room, and I'm stuck in there for 2 or 3 days. And then I'm gonna come out, and it's just all bad. It's a bad scene. It's a bad scene. Know that about myself. If I drink today, I'm going to jail. And all type of crazy stuff in between. That's just how it always been for me. So if you know that about yourself, like me, that's awareness. I'm aware of what's going to happen. Let me tell you if you're not aware. We got as high as gonna get. We got as drunk gonna get. We can't get no higher, we can't get no drunker. Now it's time for sobriety. Ain't no reason that 10 years or 5 years you think about having some wine with any of your stuff, not remembering that you're a recovered alcoholic or thinking that you're cured now. There's no cure. So, if you do relapse, do not give up. Do not be like this. In the world, oh my gosh, I'm gonna stay high and drunk. I'm never gonna get sober and pity party, right? Don't do it. I relapse is part of my journey. I relapsed and I tried to come back to the rooms. I tried to come back to sobriety and I couldn't. I stayed out there for 2 years. I do not suggest adding another 2 years or longer to your addiction resume. Let's add some time to our recovery resume, because that addiction resume probably looks real bad. I know mine do. So a lot of people find it helpful to keep track of how long they've been sober. But don't confuse this count with the true goal of leading a good life. If you're on day 100 of sobriety, that's great. However, if you make a mistake and end up back at day 0, know that you are not starting over. You gain knowledge, experience, and confidence. In other words, slipping up is not a license to go on the bench. Do not have a relapse and be like, you know what, I'm about to just go on a binge and lose everything. Start selling my PlayStation, selling my car for $20. Yeah, tripping. That's what we do when we're in our addiction. Don't do it. If you happen to relapse, it happens. I understand it. We do not shoot our wounded. Come on, bro. Come on, sis. Let's get back to the rooms. Let's get back to what was keeping us sober so we can get back on that horse and continue to live our lives. Because there's people that probably rely on you, and I know there's people relying on me. And most importantly, me is relying on me. So come up with a new ritual. Might be hard, might be easy. Think about what you like to do before your addiction. I know some of us started as kids. I like playing basketball. I still do. I go to Venice Beach every now and then, and I run a pickup game. Now, I ain't as fast as I used to be, and I can't play as long as I used to be. I ain't saying like I'm an old man, but I'm 34. I ain't 24 no more. So, you know what I'm saying? I run a couple of pickup games. My feet hurt. I'm good. But I run a couple of pickup games. I love ball. So, how do you celebrate holidays, promotions, or any other happy occasion? If your answer includes any sort of drug, you want to get creative and figure out something new. Go wild with a hobby for the day. Treat yourself to a nice dinner or take a weekend trip. Make sure it's something you can get excited about. You know something I've been thinking about doing? Remote control racing. Remote control car racing. Now I think that, I was looking at guy, I was at the park with the kids. He had a remote control car. It was just speeding up, up the little hills around the park and all that. I was like, man, that looks fun. I might have to try it. And not just one thing, out of so many different things we can do as far as hobbies. Find something that can get close or even further than what you felt when you was getting high, getting drunk. So you try and look for that dopamine release. In the beginning, it could be hard. I remember the first time I danced sober. Oh my God, I felt like I had 2 left feet. I was like, damn, man, I felt I could dance. But even when I was drunk, I still had 2 left feet. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't care. So understanding that we need to find something to do something to do in our sobriety that keeps us happy. Whatever that is. And it don't have to be something magnificent. You could be like watching Netflix. Because one thing I can tell you for sure, in our sobriety, we get busy. College, work, all these great things we start to develop in our lives. So just sitting today, for me to be able to sit down and watch 2 or 3 episodes of one of my favorite shows, that's cool. I really like doing that. That means I have at least 2 hours to myself. Because, with the children and everything else, they don't want to give you no time to yourself. So, with all that being said, we understand that we want to avoid relapse. And those were some tips in avoiding relapse. Some people have asked me, on my channel of what they can do, the things, to help them avoid relapse, to stop triggers, to stop cravings, to get out their addiction. And I hope some of the things I mentioned helps. Any questions you may have, please comment below. I'm here to help 100%. Just remember, I don't do this for me, I do this for you. So with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Once again, anything you got about this this session I just did, please comment with any questions. I'm answering them all to the best of my knowledge. Once again, my name is Avram. I'm a certified drug and alcohol counselor here in California. And I want to give all this information to everybody who wants to receive it. And once again, peace.